Yeah, okay.
Oh, how many times have you been interviewed?
Several. More than I ever thought I'd be. That's for fucking
So these questions have already probably been answered before.
You know, I don't know. So far, I like your questions.
Yeah.
So don't tag yourself. I Am Chris is who I want to be. That's the best way to describe that. When I started the project, when I was like 19, I didn't know who I was. I had been living for other people most of my life, and I realized that music was what I loved to do. You know, my family had always been supportive of the few things that I involved myself in musically. They're like, you're really good at this, you're passionate about it, that's the thing you like to do, why don't you pursue it? And I just always felt like I owed it to them to do something, you know, I guess like more stable, you know, something that's more like traditionally a good idea. Like, you know, I was very book smart growing up. I went to very good schools on scholarships and things, and I always thought doctor, lawyer, one of those two things, because my folks sacrificed a lot for me to have the opportunities that I had. And then I finally got the opportunity to pursue music, and you know, my family was like fully behind it. I got a really good scholarship to the university to go pursue music business in case my dreams fail. But I gave myself a chance to be me, and I didn't think anybody would fuck with it, and they wound up loving it, and I'm really thankful for that. So yeah, I Am Chris is called what it is because it's me figuring myself out, who I am, what are my emotions. You know, it's like how am I feeling right now? A lot of my albums are very diaristic in nature. That's the adjectival form of diary. They kind of tell a story of where I am at the moment that I was creating that project. Oh, we got a Diet Coke here. We got a live one. We got a live one. So yeah, I think that's the best answer. That's what the music's about. It's me figuring myself out. It seems like other people have resonated with that journey.
Yeah.
So
that is a really good answer. Like, just very, very wordy.
I have been interviewed several times.
So, you've had time to figure it out. So that already answers the second question, which is how much of, you know, I Am Chris is you.
Oh no, it's 100%. There is no difference. Like, there's a reason like Ornstein and Smo is named after a Dark Souls boss, and it's about my introversion living in Queens. You know, every story I tell has typically happened. Like Caffeine, very real story that happened to me. Shit, yeah, there's most of the thing. Hoboken, after a weekend-long bender in Hoboken. The Drag, I told that story on stage. So it's like, everything that I write is very, like, grounded in reality, but I try and make it a little whimsical and fun by, like, kind of blowing it up in proportion to what it can mean to me. You know, I'm very big on, like, I read, this sounds so esoteric and douchey for, like, the pop music that I make. I read Thich Nhat Hanh in college. He's a Vietnamese Buddhist philosopher. And he talks about ordinary magic, the amazing things you can find in just the mundane, boring shit. And that really resonated with me, and that's kind of been my writing style since. Just like, I don't talk about having crazy cars and shit. I talk about like being able to pay my own rent, and that's a flex for me. You know, that's the type of shit I want to talk about. Not many other people do.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, because it is very much about image in music now, more so than ever.
Yeah, and that's the thing that people don't get, is that they try and posture an image like that's fabricated, and now more than ever, and it's great to start hearing it in a lot of conversations about social media, authenticity is what sells. Authenticity is what people have been looking for. And I mean, I was saying that since I was like, you know, a kid, when I just started out. Actually, one of my first interviews, I talked about it. There's a great band from my hometown. They were one of the first people to put me on. One of their biggest songs is a song like, the chorus goes, my best friend's a shotgun and everybody's got one and I got one too. And I'm like, I watched your mother cut the crust off your bread in middle school. You had an Xbox 360 when you were in daughter. Shut the fuck up. I hate to be like that. It's like, no, that's not you, and you're pandering to an idea that doesn't exist in your mind. So it's going to feel blasé no matter how you put it. I'd much rather talk about like, yeah, I hated myself so much I thought that a soda was more important than me, and the only reason I'd even approach you is to offer it. They'd be like, hey, this is okay. Like, that's the best thing that happened to me this week, because that was a real thing that happened to me. You know, I think that grounding things and being honest with yourself, you attract people as well, like fans or people that just dig your artwork that actually resonate with you as a creator. You know, it's like it's weird. as an example, kind of thinking upwards, I learned how to produce music from Frank Jeffsey. Frank Jeffsey fucks with my music. I was listening to the Super Mega Cast while I was making like the Disappointing tape on SoundCloud, and Super Mega fucks with my shit. It's like by being authentic to yourself and putting your full self into your artwork, you attract the things that you like and people who genuinely like you. So I'm very big on it.
Yeah. That's what I'm trying to like instill in myself with the whole Sellout Club thing.
Absolutely.
I approached it from like a very super mega sort of viewpoint. I wanted to be like them.
Yeah.
But now it's more so just documenting my life with my friends and like the life of a broke 21-year-old.
There's and that's a good thing that you're learning too, is that there's a difference between influence and authenticity. It's like you can be an authentic you that's influenced by Super Mega, right? Like I was influenced by them, even if it's subconsciously, right? Like my sense of humor is very similar to them. That's why we got along. That's why I used to be a fan of them, before we became homies. And that's something that you'll figure out as you grow into the person you are. You'll realize how you see the world, chew it up and spit it out. And even if you're trying to be like them, it'll come out completely different in your own thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ow. Stop it. Dude. Shock my chicken sandwich. Shock the chicken sandwich. Okay, you actually just fucked up that beautiful brioche.
Ground myself.
Oh yeah, here.
That's the secret about that. Crayons. Free will.
I don't like the way you're reacting.
Hey everybody.
I'm gonna point to it on my phone.
Hey everybody, MB Matthews here. This is Vice testing fentanyl with musicians.
Alright. So what's the next question?
Okay, let me see. Real quick, I gotta turn.
Okay. Alright. Oh, good job, baby. Yeah, it's just gonna have no sound and it's gonna be scary. It's just you going.
Started out with that and a lo-fi beat.
Yeah, I just jump scared your interview.
And make sure that the
Can you
lo-fi
edit that in? Can you just edit in like me zooming at the camera
Like Foxy?
Yeah, like Foxy, just do the full on like surprise, zoom in.
the full-on
Surprise.
That's simple.
This is what I mean, like people are always like, oh, I'm so nervous to meet you. And I'm just like, I'm a fucking loser, dude. We were walking around Target with like Stitch balloons and stuff, and I'm like, I just looked around and I go, are we lame? I was like 30 seconds away from actually buying a shirt at that Five Below over there that said insert cheesy bread on it. And I'm supposed to go on a date tomorrow, and I really want to pull up in the insert cheesy bread.
Some kitchen experts. I need to know if I'm hot or chopped.
You can tell, great minds think alike. Like it rubbed off on him. Yeah.
Hey, I need a kitchen expert. I need to know if I'm hot or chopped. Hey.
Put a fire emoji if you think he's hot. Put a scissor emoji if you think he's chopped.
Five Below is such a fucking cesspool.
Yeah, I love it. I love it though. Like those dumpster fire ass stores are my favorite. Mudgy came from me wanting to learn how to make an album. I was like, okay, the Disappointing tape was me learning how to follow up Pineapple's success to mixed results. And I had been releasing singles. I was like, I'm gonna make an album. And it actually, Frank Jeffsey was in town for Electronicon, and we were just like shooting the shit at my place. And Frank goes, I made you a beat. I was like, okay. And he hands me the beat for Ankle Socks. And I fell in love with it. I wrote that the same day. We recorded it the same day. And I was like, I'm going to make an album. Just came up with 10 tracks, took my sound in 10 different directions, saw what stuck. And wanted like the reception to kind of inform where I would take things next. Like, oh, what do people like to hear from me? They liked all of it, which I can't believe. And I still kind of, I view Sibo Let Go really as my freshman album, because like learning how to make an album was Mudgy. Making the album I wanted was Sibo Let Go. Sibo Let Go came at a really tough time in my life. I cried multiple times making it. It was a labor of love and passion and late nights isolated in a basement, literally rock bottom. And I came out of it hopeful, and it resonated with a lot more people. That's the one that really put me on the map, so to speak. But I really love Mudgy for what it is, which is just like, it was just me at my most, like, I don't know what to do. What do I sound like? Figuring it out. And just having fun with my friends doing it. It's not a perfect record. But to quote Luke from Super Mega, because he was like, why don't you put more Mudgy stuff in your set when I was on tour a year or two ago. And I was like, oh no, it's just like not the most polished, you know, it's not the best master. He goes, that's what makes me like it the most. He's like, it just sounds like raw you. It sounds like what our conversations in the bus. I was like, that's fucking cool. So Mudgy has a special place in my heart. She's not perfect. I would do a lot of it differently now, but she's my baby, just like all my other challenge. So. Very different person. I think I've solved a lot of personal problems in my life through my albums. Like, Mudgy was really me developing into sort of just a grown-ass man. Sibo Let Go was me learning how to deal with grief and loss and serious issue that I've had throughout my life. Because I had a lot of people in my family with serious medical conditions. My older brother's physically disabled. A lot of people don't know that. I take care of him down south right now. He's on a ventilator. He's got spinal muscular atrophy type 1 if you'd like to research that. Or donate to the SMA Foundation, a great charity that helps people like my brother. I've dealt with a lot of loss in my life, so like I had abandonment issues and things like that from that. Just like being afraid that things could be taken away from me at any moment. It was a constant fear. The Beige was me tackling my anxiety issues. I was clinically anxious for like 2 years. I was afraid of my own success. I was afraid of other people. I was afraid of people really liking me for who I am, or just, because I knew people. I was afraid of a lot of different things, and I had to get through that. And Surge Protector is finally me developing self-confidence. And I think it shows on stage. If you see me when I first started out, I was scared. People say I have charisma. I think it's just like I'm loud and I'm kind of like I just do whatever because I like to do that. But after Surge Protector dropped, I've just been happy. I've been confident in myself, and I wanted to show people through Surge Protector that it's taken me time, but you can get there too. Doesn't mean I don't have problems. I'm going to be tackling that on my next record that I'm working on. Don't worry. Don't want to spoil anything, but I'm learning the guitar. And I'll show you some of that after. That is my thank you for doing this interview. But it's like I think that I've really developed into the person that I want to be through this project, and I've loved every step I've taken. Applebee's was me learning how to recommend leaving home too. Like even the EPs, they have meaning to them. And while I do want the tracks to be fun, I do want the tracks to be authentic. It's crazy that I don't typically see the message of the album until it's done, and then I kind of go, oh, this is what it's about. And that's what I think is cool about my music, is that it's helped me solve and answer questions for myself that I didn't know I had to answer. And that's the beauty of exploring yourself through art, man.
So you said that Mudgy was sort of your learning how to make an album.
Yeah, proto album.
So Sibo Let Go from the Beige.
Big jump there too.
The foundation was set with Sibo Let Go.
Yeah.
With the Beige, did you hard pivot, or would you say that you kind of followed that same path?
Great question. I like an arc in an album where it's like you start at a certain point, you reach either a low point or a high point, and you come down to a nice conclusion. Sibo Let Go and the Beige both follow a similar arc, where I feel like they start at a middle ground, here's the question I'm trying to tackle. They get to rock bottom, and then they get back to the top of the end. So I'd say that it did kind of follow the narrative arc, but from very different places. I mean, loss and anxiety are very different experiences. And learning how to process both of those was very different experiences for me. For anxiety, it was just every day I was just constantly afraid all the time, just this pit in my gut. It kept me from doing things. Whereas loss was I'm pushing through it. But man, I'm getting fucking sick and tired of it, and it would just break you at certain points. You'd just be like, why do I have to keep going? So they're very different experiences on how you progress through those arcs. But I think that they do follow each other, and that's what I'm trying to change that. And in terms of sound, I see SIBO Let Go as a foundation. The beige is a step forward in that direction, and Applebee's was this weird diagonal step to the right. And I thought that was cool. You know, like bet. And you know, it's like I think I had to take Applebee's as like a breather and just try something fresh and new with my sound before I got back into the beige. And it's interesting, you know, like some people really get the beige, some people really get SIBO, but they'll always argue like which one they think is better. And I think that's, I mean, I think they're both great. You know, like I love them both equally. So. Yeah, it's a good question. Yeah, I'd say that I definitely see beige as a step forward in that same direction. And Surge Protector's just like a weird squiggly line out here. But it still sounds like me, which I'm happy. I always ask that question to people who hear my stuff early. Like, I'll go, Zach, does this sound like me? And the answer's always probably going to be yeah. But, you know, I've learned not to say that as much because I like experimenting. And I don't want to be pigeonholed, like you said earlier.
Yeah.
I'm Chris Limited is a money laundering operation in
Oh, goddamn. Surge Protector was me finally getting the balls to do this full time and going, I can do this. Meeting somebody who matched my vibe. I mean, Roughpatch is a fucking, he's a talent. He's somebody that I've admired in the underground for a minute since You Do Not Exist Beyond My Perception. I was just like, wow, he's on another fucking wave. He met me halfway, and we just decided, we were like, no, we really believe in what we do, and we take this seriously, and we're going to stand on business. And I was like, what if we just did like a business-themed album? And it's like I thought that'd be cool as fuck, you know, like after leaving my job to like, you know, basically say I'm not going to go like industry, like I'm not going to follow the path you tell me to follow. I'm standing on my business and what I want to do. And showing people that you can be confident in what you do, believe in what you do, and try something brand new, and it'll still work. You just push hard and work hard to make something special. So Surge Protector was really me just obtaining my self-confidence. It's the shortest way I could put it, rawest way. Golly, like, in terms of what? That's a good question.
As an artist, as a person, like a personal.
As a person, I've become able to accept the fact that what I do is good. And what I do is something worthwhile. What I do is something that I should keep doing. Because like for a long time I thought, oh, this is all going to go away at some point, and this will be worthless, and nobody will really care about my existence. And I was like, that's the wrong way to look at it. I care. And if one person's got me at the end of the day, it's me. And the people that I love. I got great people here at Applebee's right now, you know? I got great friends. I've got a good brother. I've got a great family. And I'm very fortunate to have them. And they're going to believe in me no matter what. And none of this is for naught. It's helped me become who I am. So I think that what's changed is that I see a path now. Now that I've taken a few steps, I'm like, oh, this is what I was meant to do. Like, this is the thing in life. I'm lucky in the way that I found it. Where I see that this is what I'm meant to do, and I don't know how it's going to work out. And that's half the fun of it now. It's like just enjoying the ride, living the moment that I got. And someday I'll look back and I'll wake up one morning and probably go, oh shit, I'm where I wanted to be. Until then, I'm just going to keep doing what I love to do every day. It hasn't steered me wrong yet.
Yeah, I think a lot of that was vocalized during operating system. Just a lot of the concerns about what you were doing, whether or not it was sustainable.
Or just worth it. It's like, you know, like, does anybody really care about what I think? Does anybody really care about who I am? And the answer is if you make something, you know, I think a lot of times, especially nowadays, we're very isolatory. We're in a very lonely time, despite being more connected than ever. I genuinely believe that so many people are depressed now. Like, so many people feel like they can't talk to other people. They have social anxiety because we're social creatures that have been walled off, weirdly enough, by just how much stuff there is all at once going on. We're overwhelmed, we're overstimulated, and it's hard to believe in yourself in that situation. For the first time ever, you're not like just dealing with 20 people for your entire life in like your hometown, and you're living there and dying there. I think more than ever, people realize how insignificant we all are in the grand scheme of things. Not to pull a Rick and Morty type shit, but I refute that, where it's like, you are part of this. You know, we're all part of this. And so when you actually speak your mind and speak what you believe in, you're going to resonate with somebody. Somebody's going to find it. I don't give a fuck if you got like 5 fans. That means more than anything that somebody resonated with what you do and you made a positive impact on your life. When I got that email, I still have it on my desk from that fan in operating system that I mentioned. Her name's Meg. It changed my life because I was like, shit. I thought I was yelling into the void that no one would give a fuck. My own friends didn't really give a fuck. Well, a few of them did. The ones that stuck around. But when I got that email, I realized, like, shit, what I'm doing made a positive difference. Like, I made somebody's day just a little bit better. And I always think about that Billy Joel line of all things. I'm from fucking New Jersey. I'm gonna bring up Billy Joel once, right? Like, and I knew it was me they were coming to see to forget about life for a while. That's a superpower. You know, you're helping people figure things out. They're making memories. Some of the things that have made me the happiest as a musician, like, is when people feel inspired to create, like, make art. Like, I always repost that shit. I always thank them so much for doing that, like you have in the past as well. Or when they just message me like, yo, I used to bump Mudgy outside the strip mall with my friends when we would go to get, like, dollar iced teas from McDonald's. Like, the fact that people are making positive memories and feeling good and feeling better the way that music made me feel better, that's the greatest feeling in the world. It's like, fuck, I could make $0 off that shit and I'd still be doing it. Passion's a need, not a want. It's like, I have to do this. So I think that's a very long-winded way of answering the question. It's like, I've seen the path that I need to take. I'm thankful I found it.
I bet that I could be that happy or better. You pray that I could stay the same.
I'll give you tips on it. Like, I don't believe in the gatekeeping bullshit. Like, I think the best way to describe my writing style is, like, finding the magic in the mundane, like the most boring shit you get. We're in an Applebee's right now. I wrote a whole EP about it. It definitely doesn't sound like an Applebee's, but that's what it felt like to me. I have a writing technique. I don't do the whole, like, do you make the beat and then write to the beat, or do you write the song and then make the beat? It happens either way for me. My writing style is typically I'll have a question in mind, and I do my best to answer it in as many ways as possible using a single subject. I do a thing called big, small, big. I talked about that a lot. I take a big concept, I boil it down to something that makes me think of that concept, and then I write out from there and make it larger. For example, crying in the Applebee, right? Like, Last Supper. Realizing that you're not going to be here forever. I'm changing. Like, I'm going to be leaving soon. I boiled it down to how the hometown Applebee's of mine in Newton, New Jersey, all the walls had changed since I had been there as a kid. They changed the pictures of the sports teams. I used to be on those walls. Now they're gone. Now I'm gone. It's like, you know, and just like having a conversation at an Applebee's about, like, wow, our town's changed. Because I went back to Newton one time as a kid, or not as a kid. After I graduated college, I went back and I was like, this place looks fucking night and day different from when I grew up in it. It's changed. I'm changing. And then I wrote out from there. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's like taking that big idea, whittling it down to a singular moment that really captured that feeling for me, and writing out from there. That was my idea.
That's honestly, like, such a great answer, and I really resonate with that because when I used it in the Sellout Club video, the guy in the video I'm not friends with anymore. I mean, just like that. I mean, it
happens.
And he had been
come and go, and you gotta let them take it back.
And we'd be friends since high school. So, like, you know, just to have, like, he was with me at my first job. I mean, you know, he was there when I got my license. So there was just a lot that, like, changed, you know, just without me even noticing it.
Yeah, and it's like you don't notice it until it's like enough changes that until you're willing to, like, admit that it's changed. You know, it's the ship at Theseus, right? Like, you know, you take the old parts, you replace it, you have a whole new ship at the end of the day. Is it the same ship? Technically, yes and no.
Yeah.
You know, but you gotta accept it for what it is, the change. You know, it's like some people aren't meant to be there forever. And that's a hard thing to accept, but you gotta, eventually you come to appreciate the good times you have with that person while also accepting the flaws that maybe made y'all drift apart. And you can appreciate how they helped you get along where you are now. Because you're happier now and they're part of that, like it or not. So, not saying that everybody's going to have a good effect on you, by the way. Don't accept that bullshit if it comes your way.
Search, protect.
Atlanta is immediately next if we want that short answer. I just got a bunch more shows I'm working on. We have a date for the New York show. I don't want to announce that yet. North Carolina, Florida. I'm trying to do 10 shows this year. You know, this is my first full year doing this full time. That's coming up in September. Things are going pretty good. You know, it's ups and downs, but so far net positive, I'd say. What's next for me? Continuing to learn guitar, working on the next project that I have for myself. The same old shit, frankly. I just like doing what I do and doing it well. Figuring out where I'm gonna be next. I've been in the Carolinas for a little bit. I'd like to I think a change of scenery. Me and my little brother are thinking of, once everything gets settled with helping our family out, you know, moving in together, just finding a place wherever we're needed, like Mary Poppins, you know, just floating around. But I'm gonna be making stuff. I'm gonna be streaming on Twitch. I'm gonna be making stuff. I'm gonna probably be streaming on Twitch. I'm gonna be making stuff, and that's my life. Spotify, hey, I appreciate it. So Spotify, Apple Music, any of your preferred streaming services. Hi, I'm Chris. Hi, comma, I'm Chris. Not like the drug high. Who is Hi, I'm Chris on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Please, attractive people. Make dances. Make dances to my music so I get $1 million. $1 million, and then I will give you a keychain or some shit. Yeah, you can also find me on Twitch at Botwizzle. BOTWIZZLE. That's me on Twitch.
And don't forget that Emmy Matthews patches, and also go to Emmy Matthews has patches that are for sale probably by this time.
Okay.
And also, don't forget that you can follow him on all the same platforms you can follow Hi, I'm Chris on.
You barely touched your quesadilla burger. Are you okay?
Can I eat that? Can I eat that?
You can have a half of it.
You're not gonna actually phantom tax this game. No. He didn't even eat. He was asking us questions.
If you want to eat, don't do. I'm not gonna eat your food if you're hungry.
If you want half of it, you can have half of it.
Can I have half?
Let the motherfucker eat. Eat, and whatever's left over, let him pick up like a little mouse.
Overwhelming majority of participants.
You should eat. Eat. Don't forget to eat and drink water. And I saved you the red crayon, everybody.
Everybody. Emmy Matthews was never phantom taxed. What the fuck? That's like worse than what they're fucking doing in all these countries that I'm on the TV.
Free Palestine, by the way.
All right, that's everything. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Wait, do you want to know a cool one? Want to do a cool one?
A cool one?
All right, so first off is the comfy handshake. All right, second off is the train handshake. Chugga, 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 chugga. And then the happy Santa. There you go.
I think I like that last one the best.
That was like some uncle shit.
I don't get this one too.
Single one of those.
Stop fingering me. Good choice.
Say goodbye.
Don't show your tummy. You're showing your tummy.
I'm not. Look. Is it up?